Hey, welcome back to another video of H&H Express model nscale trains. And as you can see, I'm back in my caravan, or mobile home as you call it in the US, to work on the second layout in the caravan. So what are we gonna do today? Well, today we're gonna talk about turnouts. So I use turnouts with a snap switch next to it so that I can easily control them over JMRI. I'm not going to use snails or smails because I don't have any room here at the bottom to get them moving. So these would be the easiest option. The same for this turnout over here. I'm going to use a snap switch as well. So I just have to drill a hole with the 3 cables and then connect it to a bus, actually to a driver or a relay board, so that I can control it over JMRI, but that is in a later state. So what we're going to do today is we're going to install these turnouts, and I have 2 pairs, one for here and one for there, and I'm going to bring you up closer and show you the way I'm going to install these turnouts, because it's important the position where you put them. So let me bring you over to this area here and I will show you what I do. So here we're back. So the turnouts will be positioned over here and the turnout will be positioned over here. So we can do it 2 ways. So let me open up the package, because I have this turnout which can be put over here, and this turnout, which is the one which is connected to the other turnout. So let me do that. So we can put them over here. Or we have this turnout, which is the other way around. And this turnout, so they belong to each other. Those are pairs. So that's either this way. So let me move this out of the way. So what I could do is I could put this one over here and that one over there. That gives me this a long straight where I can put my station to it. If I want to have a station over here, it's a little bit shorter then, but that's more than enough, because you can see that the length of the train station here is more than enough to put it in here. But there are a little bit of rules in positioning the turnout, because if the train comes here, it makes a curve over here, and then when it hits the turnout, it immediately needs to turn the other way around. So here it's going to the left, the curve is going to the left, and now immediately at that turnout the curve is going to the right and then going to the left again. Well, that's not a good idea to do that, because if you do that you could have a derailment over here, because the wagons, the passenger wagons or cargo wagons, they could easily derail on that piece. So the best way to do that is follow the curve. So instead of using this pair over here, we will be using this pair over here. But now you're thinking, oh wait a minute, now this train over here cannot go into this area of track. Well, that is true. But if I'm gonna place it over here, it makes a turn and then it follows a curve over here. There's a curve going there. So if I'm gonna, let me see if I can put it here. So this curve, or imagine that this rail would be that rail. If I'm gonna position it over here, then the train will follow that curve and then slightly go that way, instead of immediately turn the other way around. So it follows this curve, which has less derailment options here, if you do it the other way around, it can derail on that turnout going into this section. So this makes it much easier. So if I'm going to position this one over here, that is the outer track. The outer track will follow the curve and then go into the inner track, and then this will be my train station. So let me move this one up till that curve, and here is the same. So this train comes over here and it follows the curve which is down here. So that makes it easier. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some cork over here. Let me push this one outside, because as mentioned in the track plan video, I would like to have this raised a bit. So this will be the outside curve, and then an incline will happen in the curve going up, and then we have, I hope you can see it, let me see, yep. So then we have a sort of a bridge here where cars can go underneath, and then we make a crossover here or a crossover there. So that is for the next plans. So but we're gonna measure out where this turnout will be. So it's probably here, so that we need to cut the track over here and then move everything up that way, and we're gonna do the same with that. So for today I'm gonna install this turnout and then see if the track works correctly. So there will be only one turnout, and then I will do off camera the rest, and I will add this cork pad over till here, so that in the next video we can work on the incline over here. So let me do that. Let me grab my Dremel tool and position this turnout at the correct spot, and then I will cut the track, put this turnout in, move everything up, and see if the track still works. So stay tuned. So let me mark the turnout where I need to cut the track. So this is the center line where the curve starts. So you would like to have it up close there. So that would be it. So I need to cut the track here and here. So let me mark it a little bit better. So I need to unscrew this screw later, but this is the place where we need to cut the track. Then I need to take off one beam so that I can use the rail joiners to join the track. So there are two things which you need to keep in mind. The angle where you cut it. So if I'm going to cut it this way, you need to put it in this angle. The problem is that, and I hope you can see it, then the rails will be cut like that. That means when another rail is being joined, you will have a gap. So to cut this here, it is best to cut it from that point, so that the angle goes the other way, so that the top section of the rails hits each other from the rail to attach, so that you don't have a gap. So let me start cutting. Okay, so let's remove this section. And let me remove some screws over here as well. so I can lift it up so I can cut it. Now let me zoom out a little bit. The nice thing, when I did the test, I added here a section which has the same dimensions as the turnout. So I'm going to remove this one so I don't have to remove the whole section. And I still have power here. I'm not gonna throw those sections away because I might need to use them to support the rails. So now I can grab the turnout, and I need to have 2 rail joiners. See, I forgot to take them with me, but since this is a continuous loop, I don't think that would be an issue. So let's see if that fits. Okay. Now let's see if well, it's a little bit higher here. So what I need to do, but I'm gonna do that off camera, I'm gonna lower this section of cork. So I'm gonna sand it a little bit away, but let me check the track. So the turnout is on its place. I just temporarily attach the track here, and let's see if the train wants to run over the turnout. I noticed that it's a little bit high over here, so that the train does this with a bump, and since the track has not been run for a while, it's a little bit dirty, so let's run the train a little bit longer. But it goes over there without any issue. So what I'm going to do off camera, let me turn off the train. So what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to install the other turnout in that direction. And in the next video I will show you the result of that one. And we also gonna concentrate on the outside rail over here, so that we put the turnout in here, make it even, and make it even over there at that end as well. And then we're gonna perform in the videos after the incline in the back. So if you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, please consider to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.